You ever find yourself sort of scrolling through eBay either late at night, just having a look, just kind of seeing what's there? Let's be honest, we've all done it. We all have those moments where we're just seeing if there's a bargain to be had. And that's what's happened to me recently. I was looking through eBay and I came across a Trangia Mini for sale. And my rationale was, I haven't got a Trangia Mini. I didn't really need one, but I thought, you know, it looked like a really good bit of kit. The guy was asking £25 for it. And I thought, you know what, I'm just going to put in a sneaky little bid. So I put a bid in of £19 delivered, and you know, that was it. Just left it. I went to bed that night, and the following morning, checked my phone, and he'd accepted. So I had got a Trangia Mini for just £19, second hand, admittedly, but really, really good condition. What we're going to do is kind of take a look at that today, unpack it, and then something we can see if it's something that would be useful for you guys to use for your hiking, while camping. Personally, I think, having had a quick look at it, I think it's an excellent bit of kit. It definitely bridges the gap between the Trangia 27 and the Trangia Triangle. So excited to share this with you. So let's get a look at it. So this is the little Trangia Mini. So you have a tiny little frying pan lid, and inside then you still have, and it comes from the manufacturer with this little plastic sleeve inside. So you can see it's been used, but you know, it's okay. So I've not done anything with this. I've not cleaned it, nothing. It is just as it came in the post this morning. So this is literally a first review. So tiny little frying pan. There's a little bit of cardboard in there as well. Obviously keeps that protected. You have tiny little clipper handle for holding on to the pans, etc. Pretty cool. The alcohol stove, and again proper Trangia markings at the back. Yeah, everything looks proper. Yeah. There we go. Yeah, so all looks good. And you have a pot. I think that's 800 mils pot, so it's a bit smaller than the normal Trangia pots, but you know, it's big enough. And then you have your little wind guard, and you can see the little lugs. There's 4 lugs inside there. When you put your burner in there, they hold it in tight, I believe. It'll stop it moving around. So I thought it was actually meant to hold it tighter than that, so it wouldn't fall out, but there you go. So it does. Maybe you can adjust these, I don't know. Oh, you can. Don't want to move them too much. Ah, yes. That's it. Yeah. So the Trangia stove sits in there and it doesn't fall out or nothing. I don't know why that's important, because if it were to fall over, the fluid's going to leak out anyway. But so there you go. So let's get this lit up. Using bioethanol again today for the fuel. So it's meant to be smokeless and all that kind of stuff, but I think there's always a little bit of residual smoke when you're using these Trangia stoves. So anyway, you're going to get this filled up and then get a brew on the go. Put it all together, see what it's like. So I said earlier, you can adjust these little lugs inside. So I've just moved them up a little bit. And I imagine I have to be careful with them, because again, imagine it'll break, or could break quite easily. But my understanding is when the stove goes in, it squeezes in past those lugs. If I'm wrong here, let me know. That's what I'm led to believe. And then pour your fuel in, and that's your little wind guard. So that's full. So just gonna light it up and see what happens. Sounds really ominous when I say that, as if something could go wrong. Fingers crossed it won't. Yeah, she's lit. So yeah, that's one of the challenges with the little Trangia stoves, or the alcohol stoves, is just seeing when it is actually lit. As well as the Trangia Mini, I've also just bought myself a brand new little camping table. So I follow another YouTuber called Natalie Outdoors. She's based in Northern Ireland as well, and she does loads of camping, wild camps around the Mourns and stuff like that. She's a great YouTuber, kind of started out recently, I believe, maybe a year or so ago, but she's got loads of subscribers already. So she's doing really well for herself. So definitely worthwhile giving Natalie a follow if you're into your wild camping videos. And it's just great to see some people out just wild camping by themselves. So she is brilliant. So definitely do take a look at her channel, see what she's all about. I'll leave a link for her channel down below also, so you can actually take a look. But anyway, so this is the table. So the reason I got the table is I saw it on one of her videos. I thought, that's pretty cool. I like that. And I've always been cooking on the floor and demoing stuff on the floor, and it's uncomfortable. So this tiny little table, little Trekology table, it's cool. It just folds in on itself. Tiny, opens up. Oop. Like magic. So I'm going to put the little stove on there. As I said earlier, I've not cleaned these to use them or nothing, so I'm not going to actually use these today. Just not that I distrust people, but I'm going to clean them before I actually eat off them. So I'm just going to use what do I have behind me here. There we go. So this is little Tokes 750ml. So it's a bit of a squat cup. So the other cups I have are a little bit narrower. So this should fit on top perfectly. Look at that. Made to measure. So let's get some water in there and get a brew on the go. I'm not going to do a boil test, like how quick it boils water, because I mean, it's a Trangia stove, you know. I've tested how quickly it boils water in the past, and I found that it depends on the temperature, it depends on the wind, it depends on loads of factors, but ultimately, yes. Does it work? Yes. So what's my take home from this so far? It's just so incredibly light. I don't know how much lighter it is in comparison to the 27. In fact, what I will do is I'll show you the difference in the size in the pots. So this is the frying pan from the Mini, and where is it? What I prepared earlier. This is the Trangia 27. So you can see I mean, the size of the frying pan, it's comparably different. But now in saying that, I mean, I've cooked a fried breakfast on this. Sausage, eggs, black pudding, beans, all that kind of stuff. Now, it'd be a bit of a challenge to make it on this, but you could definitely, I mean, you could cook an egg on there. You could cook a burger on there. You could cook sausages on there. So I do think you can make yourself a little bit of a fry and use this, then the pot to keep things warm in. But that would be an interesting little challenge. So yeah, it's, you know, it is smaller, but this is meant to be for 1 to 2 people. This is designed for 1 person. So that's the frying pan. And these are the 2 pots then that come with the Trangia 27. I believe both of these are meant to be a litre capacity, even though that they sit inside each other. And then this one is meant to be 800 mils, so it fits inside. But as you can probably see, it is a little bit smaller, but I don't mind that. I don't mind that one little bit. I like the way then they have this little bit of a ridge where this obviously sits on there, so it's not going to fall off. So that's, again, it's just nice little touches to detail. For anyone who's followed me for a while, I am still on my decaf coffee. Which one's this? So I had been on those Moorish coffee bags, and what's it gone posh? Taylors of Harrogate. But still decaf. So I'm doing well. I don't even know how long this is now. It must be coming up for 3 years, surely. It's been a while since I've last had normal coffee. For £19, I think this is an exceptionally good buy. It definitely bridges a gap between the Trangia 27 and the Trangia Triangle. It's not going to be for everyone, that's obvious. But for people who are looking for something that will make them a drink, cooking food, albeit simple food, but who can cook food with proper ingredients, the Trangia Mini, I think, is definitely something to consider. I do like the Trangia Triangle, but I found that it is quite large and bulky for what it is. And if I'm being honest, I would never use the 2 pots in there. I use a frying pan and a pot. That's it. But I wouldn't use the full kit, whereas I think I'd more likely use everything here in the Trangia Mini. Far more positive of that. The downfall really then with this is, oh, today it's not windy at all today, there's a bit of rain in the air, is the wind is going to get to the Trangia Mini. So I mean, you could bring another wind protector out with you, like a windshield. I've got a couple of collapsible ones that I would use when I've used my gas. I think I've not used that in probably over a year now. So I could bring one of those out, which would give me a bit more protection. Or I do believe that the Trangia Trangia Triangle even may just fit in here. I don't know if it will or won't. I don't think it will. Well, that's such a shame. I was hopeful that the Trangia Triangle would actually fit inside that. It won't. But not to worry. So anyway, guys, I hope you've enjoyed this. I hope it's given you a bit of an insight to whether you would want to go and buy the Trangia Mini yourself. If you're still here, which hopefully you are, it'd be great to have you guys subscribed. I think we have something like 90% of the guys who watch the videos aren't subscribed, so it doesn't cost you anything to subscribe. It's always nice to get a few more people subscribing to help the channel grow. Definitely, if you can, please leave a like if you've enjoyed it. Also, there's that little hype thing now where you can hype a video up. Just another new YouTube thing. So if you can hype the video up, give us a like, give us a subscribe. Let us know in the comments what you think of the Trangia Mini. And I'll see you guys on the next video.